That wasn't my That's good stuff.
Yeah, good stuff.
That's true. I went
Who's doing the?
Oh, I'm
Are you doing the invitation? Talking about the we've got you're good. I'll come up and join in this area right here.
I was glad to do that. Serious meeting the other day. I had my phone on my airplane mode, which means it doesn't buzz, but if you get a phone call, it's really loud, and it sounds really irritating. And of course, I was sitting next to the person who was talking. It went off like an alarm. That's a good pair of pants, right?
I just emailed it to him. There's an Android iPhone.
Never know it's going to be very deep. Madam President said that she had a meeting that she was going to work. He's excited. Well, she's not on that same meeting. It all goes to a good
Especially high school.
I always wonder what I've displaced to keep the uses status.
Right.
Or decompression. Every day's a gift. That's why I call it present. I got all excited. Hey. I sense the countdown.
Yeah. Are we on? Are we live?
Looks like it is.
It looks like it's live.
It's
Okay.
displaying.
Let's do it.
Greetings and welcome to the greatest Rotary Club in the
Universe.
Right. Our invitation today, Dr. Keith Martin.
Thank you, Lord, for having Rotary today. For
Hey, you can turn it on. That's all right.
He can hear it anyway.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you, Lord, for letting us be in Rotary today for fun, fellowship, and service. I just give thanks for all our Rotary members and everything they do in the community and world. I give thanks for our officers and all the work they do for us. Thank you for our food today and the preparers, and a special prayers for the IPA group going to Honduras for our safety and for our projects we get to do, and for those people we get to serve at Honduras. Amen.
Our flag salute. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have the four-way text. Is it the
Truth is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
David Bricker, we have a song.
We do have a song. Why don't we sing America the Beautiful? Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountains' majesty, above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed His grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
All right, thank you. All right, you may be seated. Our sergeant at arms today is, who's going to be Terry in arms?
Terry.
Terry. All right, Terry, from that time of the meeting where you walk around and so we have any visiting Rotarians. We do have one.
So my sister Whitney is here. She's with the McLaren Club. She's also the mother of our presenter. And since I have the mic away, my other sister Betsy is here. She's not a Rotarian, but she's a guest.
Any other visiting Rotarians or visitors? I know we have at least one. I see him coming in now.
Okay, so this is my friend Zoe, and she's actually interested in joining the club, so she's going to start coming to a couple meetings and seeing how it goes.
Welcome, Zoe.
Zoe?
And I have Sedro Woolley School Board member Eric Johnson with me today.
Eric?
I have the pleasure of having Tony, my wife, with me today.
Tony?
Any others? All right, moving on to reports. Any actual buddy on the board want to give a report? Travis?
Carrie. Travis needs the mic.
We had a really good membership and retention committee meeting last night. I want to thank the members of the committee that showed up. Interestingly, one of the things we focus on is membership attendance. We seem to have a little trouble with our committee. So, but we did focus on attendance in general in the club. Oh, we have a guest. And while I won't name any of the names of the people we were highlighting, Kyle Rutherford didn't get to see you today.
I'm working on it already.
One of the things we talked about was mentors or sponsors and the new members. And we talked about the Rotary auction coming up. So please make sure you're meeting with if you brought somebody in the club in the last year, make sure they understand about our auction, how important it is. And we're encouraging sponsors to partner with their new members to come up with the Rotary auction. That's it.
Thank you. All right, any other board members have any reports? All right, let's move into announcements. One of the Rotary district-wide events that's happening is a Rotary Work Day on April 27th. So if you're planning any upcoming construction projects or Rotary projects of any kind, may they fall on April 27th so we can say we did our part. I'm sure we won't have any trouble doing something for Rotary on that day. All right, Mike Mosier, you got something to say about the crystal ball?
This meeting's right after this one right here.
All right. I have a card, we have a card circulating thanks to Chuck Rule for Vivian Russell. She passed away. She was a dear lady and was married to Terry Russell, who's in the club for years. And please sign that, make sure it gets to all the tables and get taken care of. She has a service this Saturday at 11 a.m. at the Central United Methodist Church on Pulte Road. So if you can make it to that, that'd be great to support the family. All right. We are starting meetings for the reconstruction of this building. They're happening Wednesday morning at the Bakery Cafe at 6:30 a.m. in Pocket. And I started last Wednesday. We're going to continue those indefinitely or until the project's done. If you want to be involved, 6:30 a.m. at the bakery, and the club will buy you breakfast. But you got to work. That's all the only. You got to work for your food, I guess. And there's lots of ways to volunteer and get this. We got a planning phase, permitting phase, and then a construction phase. So we got plenty to do. And you'll have input on what we do too. So there's some. We're still making decisions on floor coverings and windows and things like that. All right, we have a quick report from Louis Requa.
Well, when I was self-appointed historian for the club by John Ward, I seemed to wind up finding some really neat tidbits about the past history of our club, and I thought I'd share this with you. Last week, Keith Sorsted gave me some paperwork that apparently went through Chuck Rule, and he had no remembrance of that at all, other than the fact he was secretary at the time. And but what it is about the Clear Lake Swim Beach. A lot of you probably don't know this, but way back in time, Clear Lake Lumber owned that property, and it was platted back in the 20s. And Clear Lake Lumber went out of business, and the property where the swim beach is now was transferred to the city of Sedro Woolley by Puget Sound Pulp and Timber, who was came later after Clear Lake Lumber. Interestingly enough, Puget Sound Pulp and Timber deeded it over to Win McLean, who was a past member of our club and district governor from our club. The interesting part about this was Win McLean then transferred the property to the city of Sedro Woolley. And there was a reversionary clause in there that said if the city of Sedro Woolley or whoever their heirs and assigns were going to be ceased to use it as a swim beach, then it would revert back to the city of Sedro Woolley or to whoever owned it at the time. Well, the city of Sedro Woolley turned it over to the county, and the reversionary issue has stayed in all those transfers through time. And John Ward was the trustee of that reversionary clause. He then decided that it was time to transfer that reversionary clause to our club. So the reversionary clause is still in there, that if the Clear Lake Swim Beach ever ceases to exist, it will go back to the city of Sedro Woolley, which is quite interesting. I know that John Ward has a lot more history that he wants to talk about, and we're going to do a program with him sometime in June on some of this.
We're trying to schedule it, so I'd like Louis and John together to give us a history lesson. And
when John Ward told John and my partner John Navanoff and I to come over to his office to pick up all the historic stuff, went down in his basement, and there was this wall locker plus boxes and boxes of stuff. And you folks cannot imagine the kind of history that this club has, and some of the things they did for fundraisers. You'll be amazed. It's going to be quite a program. Thank you.
Okay, real quick, Louis, you were using Sedro Woolley Rotary and the city of Sedro Woolley interchangeably, I think. Does it revert back to the club, or does it revert back to the city of Sedro Woolley?
Well, what John Ward did was to transfer that to the city, so the reversionary rights are still in effect. And if it's just the reversionary rights that were transferred.
No, I understand, but if the county gives up the park, does it go back to the club or back to the city?
To the city.
Okay. Well, thank you for that interesting bit of news. And Rotarians drafted that language, and all for the right reasons, so that's great. Okay, we have anniversary. Chris and Wendy are going to smother Daryl with kisses and hugs.
So
and
we
shoulders.
have an anniversary to celebrate today, or Daryl and his wife have an anniversary to celebrate. So maybe you can tell us a little bit more about how many years. And then I'll give you a kiss.
It just happened that our anniversary is this Sunday, and 50 years. Sunday afternoon, and so we came back for the week, and it just happened to be Rotary Anniversary Week. So this is my wife Sherilyn, who's given me 7 wonderful children, and we now have 27 grandchildren and a 13th great grandchild on the way. So we've had a very full life.
Wow. Congratulations. Julia, we only have 4 and only 4 grandkids. We gotta get busy. That works good. All right. Let's see here. I think we're done with announcements. Let's see. Any other announcement? Yes, Sheena.
This excitement is tangible because it's bingo on Wednesday. There might be a couple of tables that haven't signed this Janice's birthday card. I mean, it's his birthday on Wednesday. We're going to make some bingo to celebrate. And I'm still getting an MC together, but we have food coming, so that's what's really important.
Sheena, can you say that a little bit slower? Because I didn't quite hear all that. And if I didn't hear it, maybe someone else did.
I was really excited. We're having bingo on Wednesday. You can come at 5:30 for dinner, and then we're going to play bingo at 6, and we'll be all celebrating Lisa Janice's birthday with cake and a card.
Yay, okay.
So you guys tell me to sign it, I think.
So next Wednesday, bingo is what I heard. All right. All of those events and more are on the board. Don't be afraid to go take a snapshot with your picture camera at the end of the meeting. You know how. Any other announcements? Yes, Mark Nelson.
I don't do this, but I have to say this. So Louis, when you talked about the Clear Lake Swim Beach, that's where I learned how to swim. Probably about 1959, so a long time ago. And the wrestling coach at the high school, before him, Ken Driscoll, he was our swim teacher, swim instructor, and he made us, he ran like a wrestling practice. We were worn out when we were done with that thing. He beat us up. And it was great. We learned how to swim really well. And when they tore down the old Clear Lake School, the really old one, the old 3-story one, they took the big tubes that were outside for fire escapes, would slide down to the ground, and took them to the swim, and so you could slide in the water off them. We had so much fun with those things that, of course, they tore them down. They didn't let us use them. It was such a great time. So I had to throw that in because that was a little piece of trivia there.
Good trivia, but you're incorrect. It's like Samuel.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's
Let me switch you. Thanks. All right. So let's move on to the raffle. We have a raffle. Hey, you're on if we're done.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So the first thing that I'm not going to do is I'm not going to charge anyone for not wearing their name badge because I never wear mine and I don't want to be mean, but literally I just can't find it. So who makes the name badges? I searched everywhere. It's no everywhere.
So our club secretary, Christine Kilcook.
Anyway, so you don't have to pay a fine because I don't have mine, but I'll pay it when I Okay. I pay pro. Yeah, I am paying pro. No, I don't like that kind of cash. You not do that, Phil? All right, so here's what we're going to do. So your table has to select one representative to come up to be right here. And so then we're going to pit tables against each other. And so I'll go through the rules as we go through. You might want to select someone that thinks they know a lot about football. Okay, so we've got this table versus this table right here. So pick your person.
Daryl.
Will you guys help me collect all the money?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm here for.
What is it? So you're from this table, so you're just stand over here, and then who's coming from this table? Come on. Okay, this is a really tough question. This is the rules. So I'm gonna hold this football out right in the middle. And you guys have to have your hands behind your back. Okay? The first person to grab the football who thinks they know the answer gets the answer for their table. And the table that doesn't get the football, like if you win, the table that wins pays $1. If you lose, you pay $3.
And this isn't full contact sport, guys, so it's just these guys are
Okay, you ready? I can't believe I'm going to ask him this question. Who played for the national championship in football for college?
It was Clemson in Alabama.
Yes. All right, you guys ready? Just $1. Yeah, $3 apiece. Sorry about that. That was such an easy. Let's do that. High five. Okay. All right, this table and this table. Bring your representative. Hurry. All right. And you're representing this table.
In 1975.
Yeah. Which table are you at? Over here and here. All right. Okay. The next question is. Okay, ready? What was the score of the national championship football game? 44-16. Well done. Okay, you guys need to pay $3 each. You guys should only pay one. Just for your own knowledge, that was the largest deficit against Alabama when they stated. All right, you guys need to select someone. Daryl, come on over. And you guys need to select someone. All right, bring it on in. I can see the nervousness happening. This is a tough question. Okay. All right. Who is the coach of the Clemson Tigers?
Dabo Sweeney.
Dabo Sweeney. Well done. High five. All right, so Daryl, $3 for this table, $1 for the winners. Okay, you guys need to select someone. And we have to go around again. Sorry. Ready? Is there a table that we didn't get?
You knew that too.
Unfortunately, we're going to have to go around because I just have 2 more questions. You don't watch it? Okay. All right. say a phrase, and you need to know what the last word is that Dabo Sweeney said, okay, in the phrase. You can make it up. Ready? Bring your own blank.
Beer.
That is incorrect. At one point you find out. It's bring your own guts. So we'll go on to the next question. There's kind of a tie. No one's winning. What was the final record for the Clemson Tigers?
15-0.
15-0. Good job. So that was the first time in college football history that the Clemson Tigers won 15-0. No team has ever gone undefeated and won a national championship. Okay, so I'm just going to share one thing. The reason why I brought this up is if you guys don't follow Dabo Sweeney, you need to. If you don't follow Clemson Tigers, you need to. And the reason why I say that is because in your personal life or in your professional life, right, we're all leaders in the community. That's why we're leaders in Rotary. And Dabo Sweeney, in 2008, when he was hired, you got to watch. If you have Twitter, go to Clemson Football and watch the video at 2008 when he was hired. And he stood behind that microphone and he said, I believe in a dream. And then he made that dream a reality. Incredible. And just some other trivia. He was a walk-on football player for Alabama. So that was pretty interesting. Anyway, so 5 ways to lead like Dabo Sweeney. Number 1, be honest and clear with your expectations. Number 2, be an over-believer. I love that. Number 3, be a better you. Number 4, be demanding but not demeaning. And number 5, be a leader wherever you are. And that's what you guys are. So I just wanted to share that with you. So thank you so much for that. Now we go on to Happy Bus.
It's a happy 10th for our friend Whitney here today. Thank you, Whitney, for coming.
I have $2 left, and I'm happy because our daughter is turning 16 on Monday, and she drives a silver Honda. She's a very good driver, so we're very proud of her. I remember when I was holding her like a football, the day she was born, and just can't believe that she's 16 already. So I'm happy with that.
I've got a couple of handy bugs. We started a partnership with Skagit Central Library. We had our first event yesterday, and if you see the schedule at Herald, you can read all about it. It was just one of those amazing events. It was pretty jacked up about it, and really exciting. So we're going to do it once a month, and then hopefully turn it into a monthly program. It's so fun to see the multi-generational interaction with little kids and the seniors. It was really super. And Aaliyah, the library, youth library over here, did a fantastic job. She had many activities for everyone, and so it was a lot of fun. And then this Saturday, Michael and I are going to be adopting 2 rescue pups that were abandoned in Bakersfield, California. So we're very excited about that.
I'm going to do $5 for the Downtown Association, Sedro Woolley Downtown Association. They have been very involved in the community. In fact, I was over at the high school today with a project that they had going on there. And they will be presenting on the 23rd at City Council, and it would give you an opportunity to hear what all they have done and what their future plans are. So if you're not familiar with the Downtown Association, they're very much like we are. They are wanting to rebuild and beautify Sedro Woolley and get us on the map and get us growing in the right direction. So shout out to them.
I have a happy 5 because David's happiness wasn't enough. And if you haven't seen David work a room with the newspapers in the building, that you really haven't lived. And I really think you need to feel the energy that he exudes when there's a photographer in the room. It's really a cool
And with
thing.
those puppies, those newspapers will come in handy.
No, we're gonna frame those. Those will go up on the wall. I don't know if you've seen his office, but those will go up on the wall.
I'm actually not particularly happy today, but I am proud to have my 3 children and my granddaughter who is going to be our program.
Well, this really isn't a happy dollar, but I have to apologize to Travis. I missed the meeting, completely spaced it. I even had emails piled up with your name on them. I'm sorry.
Confession is the first step. You're doing good.
I'm happy for cold weather. It's really good for business, which is nice. And it's also going to make Jamaica feel really good, which is where I'm going on Sunday.
I have a couple of happy bucks. Kind of on an entertaining note, Carl and I discovered this little theater in concrete. And if you would like to join us for Mary Poppins Returns on Sunday at 7 o'clock, would be great. And another one, we seem to be doing really well with that line dancing in Burlington, so come join us.
Got to pay again because I forgot something. On Tuesday, as most of you know, my wife is pregnant. Tuesday we had the ultrasound where you can find out everything. Baby looks extremely healthy. All limbs are there and everything, so we're really happy about that. We've got an envelope with the gender in it, which we're going to wait until we get to Jamaica to figure out what it is. So I'm excited about that also.
Okay, and then I'll finish us off with a happy 20. I want to thank, first of all, Travis is so sweet. My son's started to do this fly tying stuff, and so Travis had Tanner bring a huge bag of just fly tying stuff, and Wyatt's eyes were like big as saucers. He could not believe that someone was so thoughtful to give him the donated stuff, and he just sat. He's been sitting for hours just playing with it. So thank you, Travis. And then I also want to do a huge thank you to so many Rotary members, Julia, Paula, we had that were at our community action event. Raise your hand if you were there just recently. Phil, Mike, Julia, Paula, Carl, and Lynn Tucker, who was here recently. So just to talk about community prevention for drug and alcohol abuse. What can we do to create a safe community for our students and for our families? And so there's a lot of work that's going to happen, and our Rotary is involved with that. So I'm really excited. Thank you. That's my happy 20. I'm going to grab it out of the wall right now. Yeah. Okay. All right. I think that's it, right?
All right. Well, I have to have 2, and mine are for you. You gave us a new way to do fines today with the football whole thing. That was creative. Thank you. I like it. That's great.
Absolutely.
All right, so it's time for early neighbors, but you're not going to want to miss it. Because we got one of our, sort of our own little adopters. Molly is here. Molly Meissner, is that right? Meissner. Granddaughter of Bill. Niece of Jeff. And she'll be here to tell us all about it. So, Jeff, please come up and give her a formal introduction.
So, Molly is also the granddaughter. So, Molly is the great-granddaughter of 2 Sedro Woolley Paul Harris Fellows, the daughter of a Paul Harris Fellow, and the granddaughter of a Paul Harris Fellow. So, she actually has a lot of Rotary roots here. We found out about 2 years ago that she wanted to be a Rotary exchange student, which is something this club has been talking about for a while. It'd be nice to get back involved with that. I know we got a little worried because that's how we ended up with Aldi, but so it'd be something we'd like to get back involved with. So Molly spent about 10 months, I think, in in Belgium. So we were all really excited when she found out she was going to Belgium, not like Somalia or something. So it was really, really cool. So she's here. She brought her jacket to share and a slideshow to present. So that's enough for me. This is my niece Molly.
So, as Jeff said, my name's Molly. I spent my junior year in Liège, Belgium. The Rotary Club was called Liège Sud, and it's the biggest club in Liège. So you can not really see it, but on that map I started as a tiny little country, and it's Belgium. Its neighboring countries are France, the Netherlands, Germany, and Luxembourg, which I got to visit all of them. On the right is a bit bigger map of Belgium, and you can see different regions. The dark blue is the Dutch region, and the yellow is the French region, which is where I lived. So these are two photos of Liège. The photo on the left is the top of the train station, like the main train station. On the right is La Meuse, which is the biggest river in Belgium. It goes through France, Belgium, and the Netherlands. Liège has about 200,000 people, so it was a big change from Le Conner, which has 900 people. So in Belgium, I lived with 3 different host families. I was closer with my third host family, and that's in this picture, than my first 2. All of my host families had students or kids, and it was a really great experience getting to see the culture through 3 different perspectives, and they all helped me learn French. It was a really good experience. So the school I went to is called Saint-Servais. It has well over 1,000 students from 7th to 12th grade. I was in the equivalent of 11th grade. It's blurry, but on the left is the courtyard at my school. On the right is my class, so I had every class with at least some of them, and I was with them for the entire year. And in the school, we actually went from 8:30 to 4 p.m., so it was a change. And on Wednesdays, we got out at 12 p.m. There were about 4 to 6 classes a day, and every day had a different schedule, and it was quite different. So these are 2 of my favorite Belgian foods. Belgian waffles are very good. There are 2 different types of waffles. The Brussels waffle is thinner and personally not my favorite. The Liège waffle in the middle is thicker and has sugar in it, and it is sweet, and it's really good. And in case you didn't know, French fries are not actually from France. They're from the French region of Belgium, and it's probably my favorite food of all time. So in Europe, the Christmas markets are pretty phenomenal. I got to visit a couple in Belgium and Germany and Croatia, and Christmas time was hard because I wasn't with my family, but it was also amazing because of the different things that I got to see there. So in January of 2018, I got to visit some family friends of my mom, and also my friend Emily, who was an exchange student in the same city. So that really worked out, and I got to just catch up with some friends and spend a few days in an amazing city in Croatia. I also got to go to Italy with Rotary. They had, I think, 6 different trips throughout the year that students could pay for and go on. So I went to Amsterdam, Italy, and Prague throughout the year. Italy was probably my favorite 2 weeks of my exchange, just because of I was surrounded by about 60 exchange students for 2 weeks straight, and we really got to bond and see some amazing buildings and culture. It was a really great experience. I don't know why it's blurry, but I made some amazing friends during my year in Belgium. My closest friends were from Canada, Brazil, India, and Australia. And I also had friends from just about everywhere else. So I gained a lot from the friendships that I made. Thank you.
So I noticed on those fries that wasn't ketchup. What do the Belgians like to put on their fries?
Well, usually there's about 20 different toppings, but or sauces. My favorite was mayonnaise. It tastes a lot better over there, and it's really good.
So their mayonnaise tastes different than our mayonnaise?
I don't know why, but I guess I should talk about my blazer. So Rotary exchange students get to, well, they kind of have to bring a blazer, but they get to personalize it however they want. I chose to put whatever I possibly could on it, so it's kind of heavy. Mainly, exchange students get to, well, I heard about it when I was, I don't know how old I was, but we had a friend that went to Austria on exchange, and when I was a sophomore, the opportunity came up last minute that we didn't think that my club in my old school was going to be doing exchange that year, but last minute it came up and I signed up because I didn't want to miss the opportunity, and thankfully my mom's a Rotarian, so it was easier with her, but we just had to turn in a request form that I wanted to do it, and the club was very helpful, and it was a pretty easy process, so.
There were a couple of interviews along the way.
Was your experience that every single one you met that had a positive experience, or did you find anybody that had a kind of a crummy experience?
I think sometimes people get host families that might not get along with them or might not be fit to be host parents. Or sometimes people just expected something and it wasn't what they thought. There's a lot of different things that could happen. I don't recall anybody that I met having a horrible experience, but I know that there are people that end up going home because of problems or because of homesickness and just different factors.
Did you have any bumps or bruises along the way, or homesickness or anything like that?
I got homesick, but I think it's because I was expecting kind of like a fairy tale, but it wasn't. It was just a life away from home. So I was kind of expecting every day to be perfect and great, and it wasn't, because it was life. It wasn't a dream. So I think if I would have just realized that it would be hard here, it would be hard in Belgium, that maybe I would have had a bit of an easier time being over there, but other than that, I had a really good experience.
I have one more question. Language. What language was spoken and what did you speak?
They speak Dutch, French, and German, a little bit German, and I learned French.
So what was your greatest takeaway? What did you learn that was the most impactful to you?
I think being surrounded by different cultures and just having more broadened perspective of the world was the most impactful thing for me. I came back and I realized that not everybody has seen the world like I have, and I have a huge appreciation for the world, and not everyone thinks of the world when they think of the world. I think of every country, and some people just think of the US or North America, and I try to think of the whole world as.
So one more question. So are we more alike or unalike?
Belgium and the US?
The people in the world. Do you find that people in the world are more alike, or are we extremely different?
I think it's kind of hard. I haven't seen every culture, so I don't know, but compared to Belgium, it's pretty similar, but I think it depends on your background and your experiences. Everyone's different.
Couple of questions. One of our daughters went on board an exchange to New Zealand 20 plus years ago. And she wore a uniform. And I know in England, when we were there, they wore uniforms. I didn't notice a uniform there. Do you not wear uniforms?
That I saw, no. I went to I guess it was private, but there weren't uniforms. I don't think Belgian schools have uniforms, but a lot of European schools do, I think.
And the other question is, was schooling harder there than here or comparable?
I think it's probably a little bit harder. Something I didn't mention is they have up to 7 hours of math and up to 7 hours of science, and they all have physics, chemistry, and biology at the same time. And they learn up to 3 or 4 languages at a time, so I think it's probably a little bit more challenging.
But your classes were French.
Molly, did you take any French classes before, like a Babel class on French, or did you have any intensive study prior to your arrival, or was it all just immersion?
My sophomore year, I took French 1, so I had the basics, which really helped. I didn't know that much, but it definitely, having the basics helped. I tried learning some apps, but it wasn't really the right method for me.
You still correspond with a lot of your friends?
It's hard to communicate with people that I saw almost every day on my phone, so I try to, but it's also not the same having a friendship online, so it's kind of weird.
Okay, so the real question, how did Mom do with you gone?
I mean, I don't know. We didn't talk that much because that's just the best thing. But I think, I don't know, she'd have to answer that.
It is a very weird feeling to watch a 15, almost 16-year-old child get on a plane by herself. So there's definitely homesickness, reverse homesickness. And I was sharing that one of the hardest things for me is that when she got homesick, my job was to ignore it and not acknowledge that she's homesick. And she did get over it every time, but that's a very big challenge. So I think the thing that makes me, one of the things that made me really proud was when she was flying back from Zagreb, she missed her connecting flight in Frankfurt. And it was 2 o'clock in the morning here, and I was trying to help her with that, and I basically said, you've got to take care of this yourself. So at 16, she figured it out, got herself rebooked, got herself a food voucher, and made it back to Belgium. So the gift is that my child can travel anywhere in the world, and as much as I will still worry about her being my child, I'm very proud of her for taking this step and for showing that much leadership and independence. She definitely came back a stronger, more well-rounded person, just like she said.
All right, well, we would like to thank you on behalf of the club. All right. Earlier senior year, and so to help you get better grades, we got a world-famous Sedro Woolley Rotary pen. Nice. Thank you very much. Okay, we're going to finish a little early today. We have several guests I'd like to thank. We got Whitney, Betsy, of course, Molly, Zoe, Eric, Tony, Sharon. Thanks for coming. Congratulations again. 50 years is absolutely wonderful. You guys are a great model to follow. All right, is there anything else to be brought before the club? Let's break down. And next week we have Sinshu Fu.
Cindy who?
Okay, Sinshu Fu. Now, don't be fooled. This lady has unbelievable worldly experiences, and you will not want to miss this. She has her own company, and she's going to tell us about that, but I'm sure she'll tell us about some of her background, and it is absolutely captivating. So look forward to that. All right, next Wednesday is bingo, right? And it's here at 5:30. Okay. Next Wednesday morning at 6:30 at the bakery is free breakfast as long as you're willing to work for it. And with that, we're adjourned.